Welcome back to Yahtzee Tries, where the root trees are dead. Turns out. How careless of them. The Root Trees Are Dead is a new point-and-click deductive puzzle game in which you play a professional genealogist, slow the fuck down guys, I'm not sure I can handle the glamour, who has to piece together the family tree of a bunch of rich twats, after the most prominent branch of the family perishes in a plane crash. Oh boy, detective work. Bureaucratic detective work, my favourite kind. Time to sleuth. Sleuth, baby. First we look at evidence. Well, this ain't telling us much, except that they've all got the same face. And mostly the same hair. You have to look up key terms on the in-game internet to track down information on each member of the family and ultimately enter their names, pictures and occupations into a great big board. Every time you've got 3 people correctly identified, they get locked in, which is a very Obra Dinn mechanic. Probably explains why this game got recommended to me so much. And rightly so. I really dig shit like this. It's sort of at the intersection between Return of the Obra Dinn and Hypnospace Outlaw, with a little dash of immortality, if immortality had had some actual sodding game mechanics. Oh my god, we've got a 56k modem. What is this, the space age? Alright, we've got some first names. We've got Raina, Riley, and Rose. I guess it's like the Kardashians. Rose's birth name was Carly Roottree. Thomas Sheridan. It's about chasing threads of information and keeping key details in the back of your mind. I'm always fond of a game that makes me feel clever, and much like in Obra Dinn, little is more satisfying than entering that last bit of information of the latest 3 dudes and getting automatically whisked to the congratulations screen for a well-earned pat on the back.
Ooh, I would just... Oh, shoot, did he inherit the candy company, or did he start it?
Oh...
Because it might be like a long line of candy daddies.
Oh, there's another Gwyneth! Foiled! My devious plan was foiled. What a poncy hairdo.
Looks like concept art for Parasite Eve.
At least we got a picture of the asshole. I admire the effort that went into some of the details you find as you delve into the weeds. These crazy motherfuckers actually composed and recorded a 70s disco song that plays when you find a record released by one of the errant cousins. Oh, the chat said something about there possibly having been some AI art in this game, so knock off a few points if that is the case. Fuck you, Root Trees. I'm glad you're dead. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen based on the names of his children.
He named his child Blue Raspberry?
His son was Elias Roottree Jr. How original. Baby.
Oh no!
Oh no!
If your profession is baby, that means you did not make it very long. Oh no. There's gonna be something sad happening. Brad with $2 says baby is bad. Professional baby seems worse. Brad, I agree with you on both counts.
I also dislike how when you search for things on the internet you just get a text summary of what you find, written like a third-person narrator, making the immersion take a bit of a hit. Otherwise, I dig. I dig for the same reason I love doing the New York Times crossword, because it's no fun being a know-it-all clever clogs if you can't indulge in a bit of mental masturbation regularly. I'm going to play it some more in my off hours, I think. Consider this a recommendation to my fellow very insecure clever people. But things took a very different turn upon switching to our next game, Hellskate. I went straight from a game made precisely for people like me to a territory completely outside my wheelhouse. It's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, if Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was a roguelike dungeon crawler with sword combat and magic spells thrown in, alongside all the ollies and the kick flips.
Hell is trademarked by the Catholics. Is that hell? That's just California.
Apparently this is hell, yes.
Oh, well, you...
I think something might have gone wrong, game. That's probably the shortest start to glitch I've ever seen. And frankly, I've never gotten into the more technical flavour of skating game. I was hoping for something more Bomb Rush cyberfunky that's more on the arcadey side of things, where you only have to be vaguely in the vicinity of a grind rail for your dude to latch onto it like an electromagnet. This sort of complexity, where you actually have to press a button to start grinding and then do an arcane button combo before you hit the ground to do whatever the fuck a pop shove it is, it's not for me. I just can't keep track of all the different buttons I could be pressing at any one moment. Especially not when I have to pick one before a handrail cracks me in the nuts in 3 nanoseconds time.
Anton Falcon speaking.
That's not my name. I don't want that to be my name.
Hello, employer.
You immediately launch yourself into the air with that jump. There's no, like, ascend. You are just in the air.
I did a kickflip. You can all look impressed now.
Oh, wow, you didn't even splat when you landed. What?
Yes, I should have splatted. I put my hands up to that.
So, like, that was like...
broken my fucking neck. I should be
I think-
dead. A lot of innovation in indie gaming these days seems to come down to roguelike dungeon crawling plus other thing. So plus Tony Hawk skating was probably going to have to be tried sooner or later. And I do kind of like having to kick the shit out of monsters while skating. At least that's a clear goal to prioritize, in contrast to just keep doing whatever tricks you like until we tell you to stop. Why do I have to do a competition? Can I just piss about? Well, this is taking a turn. Oh, I don't want to do all of this shit. Having to press 3 buttons. Do you think I'm made of buttons? When in a combo over 100. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to be in any of those. Thank you very much. Suck my dick, I'm a skater. But I bounced off Hell Skates pretty hard, and I don't want you to take that as any kind of final word on the game, because my brain just doesn't gel with this sort of thing. Maybe I needed to have played more Tony Hawk's Pro Skater back in the 90s, or watched a bit more Jackass. I did think Hell Skate was poorly tutorialized, the interface was hard to read, and the animation glitched out a fair bit, but I don't know, maybe people who like Tony Hawk games like it when the animation glitches out. Maybe animations that don't glitch out aren't considered punk enough. And Jay's here too. And Jay's
I'm here, hello.
Jay's got a special friend.
Oh, look who it is, gang. He's
Yeah.
finally here in the
Yes.
States.
Finally made it to the country that sucks. Our next game is Kiki's Delivery Service. Mika and the Witch's Mountain. A very easy on the eyes cozy game where you play a young witch on a magic broomstick she tentatively has control over, who goes around a lovely island full of weirdos, delivering them stuff and discovering secrets. Very a short hike by way of a hat in time while driving Studio Ghibli's car. I'm not dead.
You should be. You turn into a pancake.
Way. I'm flying. Okay, here's potential spouseu character number 2. I'd say the game gets the basics down pretty well, much as in games like Spider-Man 2 or Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom. If you're basing your primary gameplay loop around a unique traversal system, it has to be easy to use while also calling for a certain amount of skill. It should be easy to just get somewhere, but challenging to get there really fast without damaging anything. And I think Mika's broomstick manages that, with the weird bouncy verticality and the wonky steering. Takes some getting used to, but the way you can pick up and interact with things without getting off the broomstick makes me think you can do some pretty sweet stunts. Just power sliding onto the scene, delivering the shit, and peeling back out. Okay, don't fall into the sea and get wet, you stupid girl.
Fuck. Oh. Okay.
Here, have some lunch. Oh, is this another snogging target? You know, I'm
Yeah,
starting to suspect
definitely.
maybe this game doesn't have snogging in it.
Why then? Why are we playing it?
I know, what's the point? Except the NPCs would want to stop and chat for a while, and Mika does the thing I am finding increasingly tiresome in cozy games, where we feel we have to not just populate our world with unique quirky characters, but always have them establish their quirkiness with lengthy back and forth dialogues with the protagonist, with lots of very expressive stationary character portraits. And all I can think is, I want these people to shut up, so I can go back to getting to grips with my broomstick physics. I mean, I assume we're going to be delivering to these lads more than once over the course of the game. You don't have to completely establish their character all in one go. Start with a few breadcrumbs of intrigue and stagger the rest of it across like 20 brief exchanges over the course of the plot. Keep the momentum going.
Eat this fucking package.
Oh god, it's a
Oh
deep
my
one.
god.
Fucking worship of Dagon's pretty hot round these parts. Now, this guy looks like you.
What? No, he doesn't.
Does a little bit.
I don't have a saw blade nose.
It's.
I wouldn't
you
be
know,
mistaken for a fucking shark if I went.
It's a
did a backstroke.
caricature. It's emphasizing the elements of your face that are slightly exaggerated.
Now, look at my nose. I have
Yeah?
I have a fucking dainty little
No, that-
princess nose.
Now that nose is exactly the right shape. I don't know what you're talking about. For all that, you could certainly do worse if you're in the market for a nice cozy experience where you complete simple tasks as an excuse to fly around nice calming scenery in a way that feels earned and cathartic. It's not going to rock anyone's world, but not every bag of crisps in the multi-pack can be salt and vinegar, can it? And finally we have Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter, a new 2D Souls-like that, theme-wise, is basically Game of Thrones acted out by woodland creatures. Give me a moment and I'll think of an appropriate pun. How do we feel about Dark Voles? Badgers of the Fallen?
I'll have to check that out.
And he's given us another fucking armor. He's given me like 5 different pieces of armor, and I haven't killed shit
Well-
yet. The plot comes to us from the old Redwall tradition, little furry mice in adorable miniature armour getting the shit kicked out of them in gritty, violent historical settings, and toes a standard hero's journey line. Young, inexperienced Prince of the Realm watches dad killed and castle burnt down by invading army of whatever animal we've decided is inherently evil in this setting. Oh, okay, bats. That works. Traditionally, at this point in the hero's journey, the hero would leave the burned down castle and quest to avenge their father, not hang around in the ruins, putting out feelers to hire a new interior designer, but, let people grieve in their own way. Can't pull the wool over my eyes. I've played Yoshi's Island. Oh, and a shield. Jesus Christ, I'm just like being buried under a big pile of equipment. Oh,
Well,
piss
you're getting buried
off.
now.
Piss off. What was that?
That is fucking criminal, mate. That is a crime. You should go to prison. What?
In the highly populated world of 2D Souls-likes, Tales of Iron 2 is undeniably another one. I mean, what else is there to say? You've got your parry, your block, your Estus Flask, your choice of fast weapon or slower weapon, your grim apocalyptic vibes, and if in doubt, just dodge through dudes as they attack, turn around and stab them in the bum. Boy, great party, huh? Yeah, just going absolutely fucking buck wild over here.
You're gonna wake up and shit is gonna be mid-fling.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, called it.
The shit has been flung.
Yeah, some shit has most decidedly been flung in our direction. So he just, stuck his head in, breathed some fire, then fucked off again.
He's like, I'm gonna create a hazard
Okay.
and fuck off.
Haha, that showed him. He'll think twice. The visual style turns me off quite a bit. It's not dissimilar to the medieval woodcut look seen in games like Pentiment or the GUI menus of the Kingdom Come games. And frankly, the thick black outlines make it all look very cluttered, especially when the action hots up. The little red flash that tells you when to dodge is fair enough, but the ones that tell you to parry or to block are yellow and white respectively. And those colours get lost very easily among all the other visual effects, especially when fighting multiple targets. Also, the animation's got so much fucking tweening. It hurts my eyes to watch. It's like looking at a 2000 era Flash animation throwing up all over Watership Down.
Oh my god. He just fucking comboed your dad.
Yeah, he went
And
down
pissed off.
He went down quicker than I thought he would. Now I've just got shitty armor and shitty sword because everything else got burned.
So all of the stuff it gave you was superfluous anyway?
Yeah, so I'm glad. Hope you didn't waste too much time picking which one to use, idiot. Oh, you like firing small pointy objects at people, do you? Well, I've got a pointy object for you. So to summarise, didn't like the story much, didn't like the gameplay much either, so I guess we're done here. Shame really, after another Crab's Treasure and 9 Souls, I really thought Cute Animal Souls-like was a winning formula. Gonna have to shelve my plans to pitch a Bloodborne remake where you play as a mink. Everything is going to be alright.
Can anyone dissect what Kojima really means?
I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what I am. I don't know my ambitions in life. I don't know what my mother wants from me.
When I've got my prototype yards, how about this? We'll sit down and you can shank me for every feature
I
that you
will.
think has been creeped.
I will talk all the shit that you can swallow.
I want it. That's like the most valuable thing in the world for a designer.
Well, I want you to tell me. I want you to say that you want my shit.
Yahtzee, I want your shit.
Damn right you do.
He's made Star Trek Vagabond and it is objectively a good game. So I value his opinion on game dev stuff.
Yeah, botty, licky, licky.
Oh, I made a good thing and someone's praising me and I'm British and I can't take a compliment. Get fucked, man. Come on.
Yes, you summed it up pretty well there. I'm British and I have the characteristic low self-esteem and modesty of our people.
I'm off my tits!